this is no different than the last Thursday you guys were out here as a team. Come out here and have fun. Let's have a great day. The focus. Frenchie, you got it. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Come here.
Hey, here we go. Hey, it's first day, y'all. We come to work. Go. Y'all know where we trying to get to, man. Everything I do is for y'all, bro. This is the team. Gotta go crazy, man. Everything starts today. Get that team ready. Get that team ready. Get that team ready. Let's go then, man. Hey, team on three. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I think, what we take from last year's season, take the record and throw it out, is we were Coastal Division champions. We played pretty good in our division. We had a tough schedule, and we made it to a championship game. And there's a lot of teams that would like to make it to a championship game. We were there. And, so I think the thing you take is our kids believe that they can get there again. That's what you take is there's a lot more belief that we can get that done. And I think that helps every day, whether you're in a team meeting, an individual meeting, or on the practice field.
Maurice French takes it to the house, 90 yards for the opening play of the college football season. Pickett's going to score.
I mean, coming out and getting my first win versus Albany, getting our first win versus Albany was a great feeling. Starting the season off right.
It's a man, 10-5, touchdown Pitt. Wow, what a play.
A keeper after the fake, and he's on his way. 15-10, Pickett, touchdown.
I remember the Duke 2-minute drive was a great feeling throwing that, especially throwing it to Maurice, who's one of my best friends on the team.
It's picked up. He throws it down the field. There's a pass into the hands of Maurice French.
Wow.
Touchdown. Wow. Pitt wins it 54-45.
The Syracuse game was definitely a highlight.
Ellison takes it to the end zone.
They had a good D-line last year, and they're going to have another good D-line this year. I thought we handled them pretty well up front.
Fake to French. Hall up the middle and in. Touchdown. Kessman, 3 for 3 on the day.
That's the nature of my position. I love that pressure.
54 yards for Kessman.
I love being out there and having my brothers with me, and I love it. That's what gets me excited.
The ball is scooped up. Dane Jackson. Jackson's running to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
That was a great highlight for us, an awesome overtime win, seeing how good of a team they were as they finished in the end of the season.
And the pass.
Yeah, baby! The Panthers win! Darren Coleman!
You had to be here. You just had to be here.
Virginia Tech, first half of Virginia Tech, that was a pretty good half. We were throwing around pretty good.
Here's a snap. Pickett wants to throw it. He throws the back shoulder fade down the right sideline. And it's pulled in! And that is Maurice French on his way!
It's caught! Tayseer Mack, and he's marked out at the 1. Maurice French hops in for his second score.
Then we came out in the second half, and I think they were getting ready for another, passing half, but we came out and ran the ball all over them.
What blocking up front. I mean, he glided into the end zone untouched.
Virginia Tech was definitely a highlight for myself and the rest of the O-line, the offense. We set records that game.
A 97-yard touchdown run. It's the longest run in Pitt history.
Yeah, that is
we just witnessed history.
Clinching the division against Wake Forest, that was of course a highlight.
Deflected and picked. Incredible reaction from DeMar Hamlin.
Pocket collapses. Down he goes.
Dane Jackson, he comes and he lays the lumber.
Obviously win the Coastal, something that hasn't been done here.
What a grab by Maurice French.
Sports Center, get ready for that one.
Fires a bullet, and on his way is Tayseer Mack. Fires for the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! Maurice French with a dagger to the Deacons.
And being able to get that for Coach Narduzzi and our team and our guys, that was a really special moment. I think obviously there's highs and there's lows, but I learned a lot from both, and our whole team's really learned a lot from both. We have a lot of guys back, so we have a lot of veterans on the team that are ready to go.
Oh, learning factor. There's plenty of things that you could look at, tape, anything just to get better.
Let's fly around today. Everybody got it. Details. How much better can we be day 10?
Always have that work ethic to be great, never settling or just never taking the play off, just showing these young guys what it takes to be a player here and just trying to grow from that.
Let's go.
It was a fun season. It was full of ups and downs, but Last year, it's in the past. New year, we're here.
Hi, I'm Heather Like, Director of Athletics at the University of Pittsburgh, and welcome to the second season of Pitt Beyond the Script.
It starts as a game, a gathering of friends. And slowly, as some begin to sit back, others stand out. The joy of playing turns to passion. And as the skills develop, so do the minds. And they begin to seek challenges, peers, and mentors to further their abilities and opportunities. The love and passion becomes a thirst for people in a place
We make history today in Pittsburgh.
that will embrace and push, a hunger for excellence, and to be in and among champions. These are the dreamers, scholars, leaders. These are the guides, teachers, mentors. And this is the opportunity, the challenge, the place. This is Pitt Beyond the Script.
This week on the season premiere of Pitt Beyond the Script. We're kicking off the 2019 football season with Coach Narduzzi and the Panthers.
Coach you hard and try to make you the best you can be because we care about you.
We'll sit down and talk about the upcoming season and preview Pitt's primetime kickoff with Virginia. We go behind the scenes with the team as they film this year's scoreboard run-out video. Some trick shooting in the Pete with Panthers quarterback Kenny Pickett.
What I tell you?
And from the planning trips at Nike headquarters to the reveal on Bigelow Boulevard, we'll revisit the unveiling of Pitt's new athletic look. This week on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Picture day, we got our media, ESPN here, videos for the scoreboard today. We're all excited for it, so let's go.
Always hype. TTG, train to go. Feel me? Hail to Pitt, baby.
The real stars in the house.
I'm getting happy. I'm getting lit. I usually just get hyped during games. I don't get mean. I gotta stay calm, cool, and collected, just having fun.
I'm getting mean. I'm a dog.
I have fun. We're the hogs.
Come on, baby. Pitt, stand up. Take your shirt off.
Man, this whole experience was crazy, man. We never had nothing like this before, so I was just trying to bring that swag to it, get the crowd hyped, get myself hyped, and we're gonna put on the show this year. Let's get it.
Come on! Let's go, baby! Come on, baby! Yeah! Let's go!
I need a nap. Karaoke? Yeah. I mean, I don't care, sure. I have been told I have quite the voice.
It's gonna be awesome. These guys do a great job with our video staff. They're awesome. So it was really cool light setup we got here. We haven't done that before, so it's gonna be a good year. I'm excited for football, but now I'm excited for the video too. So it'll be cool. See you guys. That's a wrap.
Here's a snap. Pickett wants to throw it. He throws the back shoulder fade down the right sideline. And it's pulled in. And that is Maurice French on his way. He doesn't lose too many foot races. 10-5. Panthers touchdown.
Hello and welcome to our second season of Pitt Beyond the Script. Glad you could be here along with head coach Pat Narduzzi. I'm Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Let's get right to last season and how it carried over to this season. You win the Coastal Division. You get a chance to play in the ACC championship game, go to a bowl game. What was that experience like and how did it carry over in the offseason?
I don't know how much carryover there is really from the 2018 season. Obviously our kids were excited. Our staff was excited. I think the university is excited to be able to appear in that ACC championship game. However, I'm not just all about the appearances. I would like to, to go win that thing, and that's what you go down for. So we didn't finish the season a year ago like we'd like. I think our kids know that, and this 2019 season is a chance to get it right.
time has come. We talk about responding and being a great football team, and that's what we got in here. Don't you ever question that.
And for a lot of fans, there's the season, and then the next season begins in September. You have all that time in between. What kind of goals do you set for your team, and were you able to reach a lot of the goals you wanted as we lead up to this opener against Virginia?
You know, we don't have like a whole lot of team goals. You know, our goal obviously is to, you know, treat each game as one and win each game. But I don't have a team goal as far as, hey, we're going to do this and this. You know, we have offensive goals, defensive goals, special teams goals, and then we have individual goals where, you know, we set, our kids a card every week, just, hey, what do you want to do this week? And I think all your little goals, all your individual goals lead into team goals.
Is there a sense, though, and you talk about the carryover of the season, whether it exists or doesn't exist, a sense for the kids that, hey, we almost got to where we want to get, and maybe you do an extra rep in the weight room or run an extra half a mile when you're out for your run?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think, one of our program goals is to win a championship. And I think anytime you get there, that it's a major, major accomplishment to just get to the game. And one team's going to win, one team's going to lose. And obviously we got beat by a national champion. But to get there, I think, it just adds belief in what we can do as a football team.
You had Coach Whipple in the offseason. Why him, and what do you expect him to add to this team?
Well, the first thing is Mark Whipple is a pro-style guy. So we want to run the football, but we want to pass the ball more efficiently than we did a year ago. We'd like to be two-dimensional. I think you'll see that Saturday against Virginia.
Tempo. Okay, we have to take care of each other. It's all fun all day today. Should be no confusion. Coach each other up, stay off the ground. Enthusiasm, let's go, Tim.
Can't wait, looking forward to it. And Kenny Pickett obviously is the quarterback. Always a lot of attention on the quarterback position. The old expression, right? Too much credit for wins sometimes and too much blame for losses. How have you seen his growth under Coach Whipple?
I think, Coach Whipple has done a great job with him fundamentally, just trying to fix some of the things. Strategics, I think there's always some strategy as far as, what a quarterback can do. What do we have him do? What do we have him look at? So I think those are some of the things you'll see. And then, I think it's just a year of experience. I mean, people act like he's like a 3-year starter going into his 4th year last year. And I try to put up warning signs as far as just, too many opportunities to think that guy's going to be great. But, he did a nice job last year. He's going to be better this year.
Looking at your 2 depth, it's amazing you're 2 deep, how young your team is. You have a lot of underclassmen. I think a lot of people will look at the 2 running backs that have departed and moved on, and how do you replace guys that have been that effective and that big a part of the program?
Yeah, I still look at those running backs too. I mean, I'm in constant contact with both of those guys, but we have to replace those 2 guys, and that's going to be a big deal. And I think we've got guys capable of doing that, but we're not going to find out till the game day comes, and we're going to find out maybe after 3 games who the dude is, or 2 dudes, whatever it may be. But we'll find out who our top tailbacks will be.
Let's go to war, fellas. Pass on 3. 1, 2, 3.
In any program, it's a next man up mentality. But a little different maybe when somebody gets hurt. Rashad Weaver had the injury. He's going to be out for the year. You're part coach, but you're part of paternal figure for these guys as well. So I know you're going to have to move on. What's it like to lose a guy like that? And is it just that sort of next man up mentality?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds kind of cruel and cold when you say next man up. I mean, I think our football team knows that, thinks that. I think everybody knows there's someone's got to step up and make that play. But when you think about the parent and that kid's knee and his career, he's going to be in great shape. He looks at it in a positive way, but you feel bad for him. It's not just move on to the next guy, but it's a first make sure Rashad's okay. He's just a great kid, and his mother was here. He's strong, his mom's strong, and he's got a great opportunity to come back from this and be even stronger.
Panthers getting set to take on Virginia in the opener, visited by a legend. We'll talk about that with Coach Narduzzi when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script right after this.
Start to get your minds right now about what you got to do to execute and play well, okay?
ACC chance on 3. 1, 2, 3. ACC chance.
Hi, I'm Haley Bruckwald, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
So how it all started, I would say, is I remember my very first ACC meeting for athletic directors. And I was sitting in between the Notre Dame athletic director and the Georgia Tech athletic director. And I was looking at our nameplates And literally, our colors were identical, you know? I mean, it was like, I could be Notre Dame, you could be Georgia Tech, you could be Pitt. I remember coming back from that meeting saying, okay, why are the throwback uniforms? Why are they so hot? Why does everybody want to wear throwback for the biggest game of the year, the game that they need to get up for, the biggest rivalry?
That will do it. Hail to Pittsburgh.
You saw this real strong affinity to those colors and that look, and the history and the tradition here at Pitt is directly tied to that feel in those colors. So we really engaged Nike in a very thoughtful and strategic way, and we wanted them to come study our brand and tell us what I sort of knew instinctively, but I wanted them, you know, because they're the experts in the industry, to tell us what they felt would look the best and how do we distinguish ourselves in the very prestigious ACC conference. And do a comprehensive review of who we are and then where we want to go.
So it's just really using almost a grid with vertical lines as well as pointed arcs.
With each one of our logos, I think you can really tell a story behind what it means. You know, the cathedral arches are our pattern. It's the most iconic building on campus. It's the tallest academic building in the country.
And from that, the 3 came out of that. We got the 8 to the 3. And just sort of build off that.
The font set, you know, the typeset and how it has the cathedral arches in certain letters and numbers. And so it was really, really thoughtful. We told them, you can't touch the script, Pitt. Don't even try. I gotta be honest, I was a little nervous about, I think the Panther mostly.
It's almost a mix of this one and the other one that's kind of was looking down.
Right, the Panther Hollow kind of statue.
We studied all the Panthers in the country and what they all look like. Should you show the whole body? Do you want it front facing? Do you want it side facing? And
combination of those different marks. The reason it's front facing is because we really wanted to tie back to what you see here on the front of the building.
I loved it. We worked a lot of iterations of its face.
So even though it's very organic, it's very anatomically a panther, it's just bringing that little bit of architectural detail in it to really tie it all together.
And I've been honestly pleasantly surprised at how much people like the Panther head. You know, it's going to be the helmet sticker for football and other sports, and yeah, I think it's been really well received, and I get excited seeing people wearing the new colors, the new look.
I mean, I was blown away. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, just look at this.
I think that's awesome, because I think that the Panther, the old Panther was kind of used, but not very often.
It's different. I might get a tattoo like it. Yeah, I like that right there.
What they came up with and the reveal we felt needed to kind of mimic the amount of time and energy and effort that they put into the process, and we wanted to make it a memorable experience for, you know, really our students and student athletes. So we recruited the student athletes to wear to the uniforms. We did sort of a fashion show out, on Bigelow outside the cathedral, and tied it to a student concert that was going on, and an event.
I always liked the throwback numbers were cool to me. The cathedral arch.
The part of the cathedral that's in the numbers, that's something new to me, but I think it's a really cool design.
Panther head's awesome. You know, just have the mascot on the jersey. Yeah, I mean, those hats are awesome. It's great.
I think we're really an up-and-coming school in athletics and everything, so this will really make us stand out in the ACCs.
Growing up, I've seen this around. I've always seen it on our throwback hoodies or whatever it may have been. But, I think it's a great addition, and it really gives us that style to perform out on the field.
Colors are bold, and we're bold athletes, and we're bold players, and we're ready to make champions in Pittsburgh, and I think this is a really good start to make us feel like that, too.
To create a high-level program, you need to have a home meet.
My brother lives in Pittsburgh, and he's always been like, why do you never have home meets? Like, I want to come and watch you.
I'm from the South Hills of Pittsburgh, so this is like my hometown. My family and friends can finally come see me race.
Carry a blast furnace, looking around Pittsburgh, man, there's nothing better than an old steel mill to represent the past of Pittsburgh.
I'm excited to see how our athletes compete in that meet, because it's going to be their meet.
It'll just be nice to be representing Pitt with our uniforms, but also like on our home turf.
I'm really excited to race there.
You're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
What's up, Pitt fans? I'm center Jimmy Morrissey here with quarterback Kenny Pickett, and this is the half-court shot.
First try! Let's go, baby.
This is the pinhead shot.
That was scary, man.
This is the full court shot. Rip it, Kenny. Money. Let's go. That's how we do it. Had to bring in a wide receiver for this next shot here. Welcome to the show, Maurice French, number 2. You ready to go?
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Come on, Coach Cable. What more you gotta see? Sign me.
Time to hydrate. Bottle cap challenge.
That's the one.
On the catwalk right now. Pretty high up right now.
What'd I tell you?
Big thanks to Pitt Hoops for letting us use their facility today. Thanks for watching Panther Nation. We'll see you guys August 31st.
Hell to Pitt.
It's an honor to come here, to watch them walk through those doors and just I didn't have any tears for you guys, but just kind of like, it's one of those moments. I'm watching Salim. I mean, like Salim, you were like second guy through. I'm going, look at this young guy. Like, he just got here, it seemed like. But just watching each one of you guys and thinking about your stories as you come through is impressive. So, it's going to be a great day here. We're going to have a great year.
Today, we obviously have the privilege of having one of the greatest Panthers ever with us. College sports is a lot about tradition, and coming to this kickoff luncheon, hearing from Coach Narduzzi, meeting our seniors, and sharing this moment with all of you, our loyal supporters and donors, is one of my favorite traditions. So I want you to know that Panther Nation and our players admire you, not for the thousands of yards you've rushed or what you accomplished on the field, but for the man and the father and the role model that you have become and the ways you have given back to others, particularly here in the city of Pittsburgh.
This was a pivotal stage for me because I was just beginning to get away from all of the horror and all of the bad things in the environment that I came from. The best thing that you can do in life is just to find out how things work and then work them. I'm very grateful to not only Coach Majors, but to the entire University of Pittsburgh. And I just want to thank you all who continue to support the program and all of you who continue to support Pitt, because you're making not just a difference in this university, but you're helping little kids like me. Thank you.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script with Coach Narduzzi. Coach, I mentioned a legend coming and visiting you. Actually, Curtis Martin did it twice, right? I think he was at the kickoff luncheon and then visited the team recently. What is that like, and what is it like for the kids to see somebody like that? They all want to be somebody like Curtis Martin.
It was unbelievable, it really was. I mean, we started on the Thursday night before our kickoff luncheon, having him come in, and he, just opened it up. He opened the floor up for questions, and at first the kids were really quiet, and then, one question came, and then it just got flooded with questions. But it was really, really good to hear from a Hall of Famer, a Pitt legend, and to be as humble as Curtis Martin is. I mean, it's not all about football. He's about life.
Yeah, and I know that's a big part of what you try to hammer home to your kids as well, right? You got to get that degree. As you want to be successful in all areas of your life.
Correct. I mean, it's not just one phase, and I think we want to have a well-rounded, student athlete here at the University of Pittsburgh.
You named your captains. What do you expect out of your captains?
It's a great question. We had a captain's meeting last night. We want leadership. I mean, it's their football team. We talk like 3 phases of leadership. Our leadership council, which we call the Eagles, our seniors, and then, at the end, it's those 3 guys right now that we have, and we'll have a game captain every week. But leadership. They're not out there to be anybody's friends. They need to lead. They need to care about themselves first, but then they got to care about the team. So it's not now all just about them and what do I have to do to be successful and to help this football team win. But it's like, what can I do? Not only my job on the field, but what am I doing to make the rest of the team better and make sure that everybody's doing the right thing.
Talk about legends, talk about great leaders. The Panthers, unfortunately, saw the passing of Bill Fralick, and he's going to be honored Saturday night. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, he's a legend here. I'll never forget my last dinner with him down in Atlanta when we went down for a camp down there, sitting in a little corner of a restaurant. I mean, his wife Susan will be here, his family will be here. Obviously, Tom Brown will be here as well to really, come out as an honorary captain as a tribute to Bill. So we're excited to get him, here, and Bill Fralick will be with us forever.
No easing into the schedule. You get Virginia. We've been talking about it a little bit, made allusions to it, but this is a team that is picked to do what you guys did last year, and that's win the Coastal Division. So it's not like you get a stepping stone game. You're right out of the chute into a big one.
Yeah, we're right out of the chute, and I think it's going to be good for our kids. I mean, coming off the season we had last year, it's good to open up, and there's some urgency out of our players right now. We're not going into the opener kind of like, I see guys in watching tape today on their day off athletically, first day of classes. So, I mean, they're in. There's some urgency about what they're doing this Saturday night.
You guys obviously have established your programs the way you want to play. They've both become two of the better programs in the ACC, and yet this is an opener now. Are you worried about wrinkles? How important are wrinkles for you to try to show Coach Mendenhall and his staff something new?
Well, I mean, there's a fine line between the wrinkles, the quality and the quantity of what you do as an offense and a defense. Got a nice text from Coach Wanstadt last week. He said, make sure your coaches don't get bored, okay? And by that, what he meant is, they get so bored that we keep adding stuff in. And I think the more you add in, you water down the game plan, you water down our kids' minds, and, they're thinking about, maybe some of the useless details that they don't need to be thinking about.
When you think about Virginia, I think fans probably think about Bryce Perkins, the quarterback. Is that where it begins to do defensively, trying to slow him down?
It certainly is. I mean, he's a guy that's going to have the ball in his hand every snap, when it comes from that center and shotgun, most likely. But Bryce Perkins is the guy. I mean, he's going to scramble. He's going to have, designated runs where he's carrying it, and he's going to put the ball down, down the field.
All right, Coach, thanks very much, and good luck on Saturday night against Virginia.
Thanks, Rob. Really appreciate it.
All right, stick around. We still have more to come on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Saturday night, the top of that cathedral is going to get lit up.
The time has come. We talk about responding to being a great football team, and that's what we got in here. Don't you ever question that. One, two, three, go, man!
Pickett's going to score. You have won Pitt's first Coastal Championship.